What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Pride Month is upon us. It is a muted one, though, if you've been paying attention. I've been trying to keep an eyeball on all the predictable rainbows in the bio, except for our locations in the Middle East. But a lot of companies aren't even putting it out there. In fact, Major League Baseball, after immense backlash, seemed to change their logo from a Pride logo back to their normal logo within 24 hours. There are also many other examples of companies getting basically large amounts of negative feedback. People have had enough of this. Sadly, well, it's not sad. Actually, this is predictable. This is just predictable. The Live and Let Live crowd, of which I used to be a part of, I am no longer a part of that. We tolerated a lot. And then there was, stuff for the young ones. And then there was, it wasn't just, hey, live and let live anymore. It was, now you must affirm me. You must endorse my lifestyle. You must praise me. You must worship me. You must affirm all of my bizarre beliefs, in spite of how realistic they are or how rooted they may be in any level of actual reality. Well, Activision, the maker of Call of Duty, decided to put out trans pride ammo for the game. And the backlash has been biblical, to say the least. Absolutely immense. Now, if you're unaware of who Activision is, they own Blizzard, makers of World of Warcraft. They own Candy Crush. They own Call of Duty, the Call of Duty franchise, and several others, Overwatch, via Blizzard, things of that nature. They are not a small operation. They are not a small organization. They are, in fact, quite large. Their reaction, however, to this year's, muted response by many in corporate media has been interesting, to say the least. Remember now, game developer Activision accused of hosting, quote, struggle sessions for white developers to discuss their privilege. This was just 2 weeks ago. Activision recently published a braggadocious report on the company's DEI work. Video game company Activision Blizzard allegedly pushes employees to participate in DEI inclusion programs and installs diversity officers to ensure DEI compliance for each and every video game. Former Blizzard designer Mark Kern posted a leaked internal document that showed the studio, which develops popular titles like World of Warcraft and Call of Duty, have been pushing extensive DEI work on its employees. Together, we will build a future that embraces diversity, fosters inclusivity, and empowers all. Well, except for white dudes. Those are, that is the evil class of individuals. Kern also made other alarming claims that said they came from a source inside the company. Quote, I've been shocked at what my former coworkers have told me about Activision Blizzard. It's a very different place than what it used to be. He used to work there. When the games were better and we left politics out of it, he told The Blaze. Blizzard now has struggle sessions where white developers must discuss their privilege and DEI emails that go out every single week. Non-mandatory meetings that are clearly and openly mandatory, and now review forms that have you rate how well you DEI/ESG. I've been told for nearly every game design decision, Activision has to be run by DEI officers, their official title, that sat on the teams themselves. I hope that hasn't reached Blizzard itself, but I fear the worst. Your bonus now and review now depend on how hard you DEI. DEI officers are installed on every development team to ensure the message. Of all AAA studios out there, my developer friends and contacts who have come forth tell me that Ubisoft and Activision are by far the worst. This is not a surprise. This follows another report from just a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Call of Duty developer Activision installs DEI officers on every development team to ensure the message is propagated. Again, is anybody surprised by this? No. Nobody's surprised by this. This is a part of modern video games. Well, now it's Pride Month, and so Call of Duty has to virtue signal. They must. That is the only conceivable action is you must virtue signal to 0.03% of the population. So they put out some skins for the various weapons that you could make rainbow colored. And what happens is a lot of people will gaslight. A lot of the quote unquote supporters of this kind of stuff will gaslight and say, it's just a skin. Who cares? Who cares? Okay, cool. Where are the hetero skins? Are there any straight pride skins in the game? Are there any skins that celebrate whiteness? Because there are skins that celebrate blackness. Is there skins that celebrate straightness? No, of course not. So they will gaslight and try to say, oh, it's just, you're making a big deal out of nothing, blah, 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 blah. Well, no, we aren't. This is, actual politics in the game. Now we have literal trans pride ammo. Of all the cringy things we see corporations do every year to placate the alphabet mafia, this might be one of the single worst examples. Just in time for Pride Month, Activision's Call of Duty has released a Pride Pack of cosmetic weaponry upgrades that allow trans pride ammunition. Take that, phobes. Hey, they used my tweet. Shout out, not the bee. Feast your eyes. I have here Call of Duty selling trans pride ammo. Just what every mass weirdo wants to do. There are other upgrades offered, including ones that allow you to decorate your arms with pride-themed decorations and paint jobs. I suspect people that do this will receive extra attention in the game, if you know what I mean. I suspect they will receive extra criticism. Again, that's just a suspicion. I don't know that for a fact, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling this will backfire. That this will not exactly go like they think it will. Considering the spike in trans individuals doing terrible things in the last few years, the choice might be a little ill-advised. Obviously, we can talk about the individual at Lakewood Church. Trans individual went in there and did something terrible. Obviously, we know about the Nashville School Church, that incident. We know about the Denver incident. We know about Aberdeen. We know about, some of the comments in response to these ammo on Reddit were disturbing. You see this, bro, I would love to just end some bigot with these things. Ranged estrogen injection. I've transitioned you to dead. I mean, that's just kind of funny. And the haters with these things going to cause some gender issues with well-placed round to the family jewels. A lot of this kind of stuff is, just jokes, but let's talk about the fact that this is, people are getting absolutely crushed. You see, Happy Pride Month, Call of Duty has just announced a new operator update. I mean, people are obviously justfully absolutely crushing this. You see the joke, a copy of the manifesto, one new map. Obviously, we know what that's a map of. Trans pride ammo, 2 operator skins. Just getting ruthlessly mocked. And that's how this should be. Just so we're all clear. That's how this should go. The mocking should be real. It should be roasted. It should be called out. It should be amplified. You see Grum's writing the lawsuit danger is real. Some individuals put Remington out of business, later sold, under the theory that Remington advertising recklessly encouraged bad behavior by their marketing. So they could. I mean, I don't think, we never really see it go in this direction, but it's entirely possible that this could lead to some lawsuits. Maybe the families from Tennessee should consider suing. I mean, why not, right? For those asking Activision and Call of Duty and Daniel Defense, by the way, are all being sued by families from Uvalde in a ridiculous case that claims that branded the items in video games recklessly encouraged. Look, they're probably going to win this lawsuit. They're probably going to win it. This is obviously, remember earlier this year or last year, they removed a very, very popular creator who had been promoting their game for free for years, Nick Merckx, simply because he said, hey, leave the kids alone. Maybe just leave the kids alone. You can have your pride parade, but maybe leave the kids alone. I'm shocked that they are this stupid. Call of Duty parent company censors streamer for defending kids against trans agenda. That's what they did. I mean, there's no denying that's what they did. This very popular, probably the first or second most popular streamer of their game in the world, gets cut off simply because he said, hey, maybe leave the kids alone. Maybe. You see Papa UWX writing, wake up, stop buying this slop every year. You see, DEI. You see, when you realize you're no longer the target audience, they have a rubber duck, Nicki Minaj and Wubs and friends. I don't really understand. I don't know. That must be Fortnite, I assume, or Call of Duty. I'm not totally sure. You have this guy from Ubisoft for a modern gaming audience. You see Pride camos coming to Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. Let's look at the comments. Wow, colorful camos to run. Hopefully nobody makes a big deal about this. Oh, they look pretty dope. Surely no one will have an issue with this, right? So this is somebody who obviously agrees with it. Again, you can have it in the game. That's fine. But let's not pretend that you aren't pushing an agenda. And everybody online is just absolutely crushing them. The quartering, writes 41% chance when fire, they end up ending you instead of the opponent. You look at Warzone alerts. You can now lose to trans ammo in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Will you be taking the risk? This is a part of the Pride bundles. You see, I tried this blueprint and I haven't been able to shoot straight at all. Now add this operator skin. Obviously, people bring this individual up. Don't play woke games. The school incident pack goes extremely hard. This is peak virtue signaling. How embarrassing. This is hilarious. They only work 41% of the time. There's a 41%. I mean, everybody's absolutely mocking this. And that's how people should be reacting to this crap. This should be mocked. This should be roasted. This should be largely, rejected by consumers all around the world. Because until we start laughing at this stuff, until we start rejecting it, or until we, it's going to keep getting worse, and it's going to keep going like this. So I encourage people to keep bullying these video game companies, who, by the way, many of them bravely have disabled comments. I wonder why. Perhaps that might be. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.